And welcome to the Writer's Life, the place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, where you get the truth about the writer's life. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and punch the like button and tap the bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on one exciting video. So, kind of talking about the journalism side of things today. Um, I don't know why I just did that, but I did. So I was watching Breaking Points. It's an new independent news network that has just exploded in popularity. They're on, I know for sure they're on YouTube. They're probably on some other platforms as well. And it's like, I forget their name. One of the names is, she used to be on Fox News. What the hell's her name? Crystal Ball. How can I forget that? But like she's like a Democrat type, more on the left, and there's this other guy whose name I totally don't recall. He's probably a little more to the right, but anyway, they both see in the middle, which is refreshing, of course. And then they have a variety of journalists who don't necessarily, they're not like MSNBC. They're just not far left. They're not like CNN. They're not far left. They're not like Fox News, who leans to the right. Although sometimes now they're starting to go a little bit more left. They're not like news. It's not, what the hell is it? Newsmax. Newsmax is just strictly right. They're as far right as MSNBC is far left. So they're like, and they're nothing like the lies propagated on MSN or on NBC or CBS or ABC. That stuff's just, they get the Democratic talking points, and that's how they decide the news they're going to report that day, and that's the truth. That's the absolute truth. They get the Democratic talking points, and they have to do that because that's what their corporate sponsors, wants them to do. So I don't watch any of that stuff. But this Breaking Points, check it out. It's pretty good. It's very fair. I don't always like what they report, but that's the way it's supposed to be, right? They're as close to the truth I think you're going to get out there in terms of a news agency. But speaking of news agencies, they did report the other day that this shocked me, even though I knew it was coming. Something like over the course of the past year, or maybe 2 years, or a year, maybe it could be 2 years. Google it, but something like 371 or 2 or 3 or 4 local papers have shut down. That's your local community paper. Like when you lived in a community, you bought the local paper, and Joe and Jane, the local reporters, would show up at the school board meetings, and they'd show up at the football games and report on those or whatever. I mean, that's how I started in the writing business back in the early 90s. I used to, this is when like the local Times Union newspaper was like really thick. I think we had a couple local newspapers. We had couple. What am I saying? We had like 4 or 5, and they needed like stringers to report on football games, and they needed freelance pieces to fill up space. And I took total advantage of that, and it was great learning how to write under a deadline and stuff like that. And I was just a kid, so that's how I broke in the local paper. Go figure. But now those local papers are kaput. They're going nowhere. And something also, they reported something like, there's 75,000 reporters in the country. That seems kind of low to me, but anyway, the number of local reporters has dwindled by 2/3. No, by almost 2/3. More like a little over a half. I'm not good with math. Fuck math. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, it's like, it's not a career anymore. And of those people who are trying to make a living as a local reporter, you can't. You really can't. So you're gonna either have to have like a trust fund, or you're gonna have to live with your parents or something like that. See, now the danger of all, you might think like, well, yeah, of course, because like you want your news, just go here, right? I do it. Who doesn't do it? There it is, right? You don't need to go out and buy a newspaper. But the danger about this whole thing, and the journalist, the Breaking Points journalist, astutely pointed out, was that the beauty of a local paper is that, like, you'd have the local reporter. They would go to the school board meetings, and they would report on those mundane things. They would go to the Tuesday night court night, where all the DWs and and all the, like, the whatever cases had to be seen, were educated and all that sort of stuff. They would go to they would even go to things like construction bid openings and stuff like that. They would be immersed in the local community, and they would report on it. Granted, a lot of these people, a lot of reporters, sort of veer to the left. Again, we know that. But at least they were reporting on something. You can make your own mind up. You can agree or disagree, but at least they were local people on the ground reporting on murders and rapes and crime and all that sort of stuff. But that doesn't exist anymore, and that's a dangerous, dangerous thing. What I'm hoping happens is that, like, this void will be recognized, and suddenly new local media will start again. Um, there's still, like, local television, but have you driven by your local television station recently? It's like a ghost town. Like, there's one. Naturally, there's one directly across the street from the bar I go to a lot, and, like, the weeds are all overgrown, and like, there's like a Toyota parked outside of it, and it's duct taped together, and I think the weather guy drives a Porsche, though. Like, I don't get that. They must pay weather people a lot of money or something like that. I don't know. If you're out there and you work for a local news outlet, chime in, let me know. But anyway, if I were in college, this is not a field I'd endeavor to be in at all. Hang on, guys. I'll do a little Q&A after I'm done with this. After I'm done with my stupid ass spiel. Thanks for chiming in, by the way, because I'm chiming in early today. I'm still trying to get shit together for my trip. But anyway, and the same thing could be said for the fiction industry. Like, publishers are dying. I mean, they can spin it any way they want, but the big publishers are dying. They're down to like 4. And I think agents are panicking. I got an email from another agent recently. Like, would you consider coming to my agency, one of the big agencies out there? And like, and all it was is like, what are your numbers? And I've sold well over 1 million books or whatever. Like, you don't have to ask me. You can just look it up on Book Report, right? But it's like, I've been around for how long? And you're calling me now? I have an agent, and he's great. And like, and I have book deals, and I don't, whatever. But the point is, things are changing a lot. And as an author, if you're not changing with the times, you're out of business. You're completely out of business. You got to be doing things like Vella, and you got to be doing, you got to be a hybrid author, and you got to do all the stuff I'm always talking about. So anyway, I find this news sort of disturbing. The local papers are just shutting down. And even the local papers that still exist, they're, well, paper thin. It's too bad. All right, let's do a little Q&A from a couple of people chiming in here. No. I can't say that online. Someone sent me a dirty message. Only your mother knew. Let's see. Who is this? Shadow Time Rider. Great to find you live. And I'm great you found me live. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I know I came early today. Usually it's going to be 3:15, but like I said, that's going to change starting Saturday, Sundays. So yeah, yes, I do have the porn bots after me. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. I'll ignore them or report them. I'll block them. When I get to Italy, I'll tell you guys when I'll be putting out these videos every day so that you can chime in. And we'll do another, I would imagine we'll do another Ask Me Anything. Let's see, tomorrow is the 21st. Tomorrow's the 21st. So I'll try to shoot for an Ask Me Anything from Italy on the 29th. How's that sound? Does that sound pretty good? Let me know if you think it is. Let's see, more stuff. I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing on Vela? I haven't got my bonus for I don't know what my bonus is for last month yet, but I've had very good four figures every month for like the past 6 months, except for 1 month that was way down. But I was in Turkey all month, so I wasn't really participating. It's definitely the more content you publish, the better off you are. Let's see. Awesome for the 29th. Okay, cool. I just checked and it's not. Yeah, the bonus isn't out yet. How you doing, Vela? Shadow Time Rider. I hope you're doing pretty well. I think this month I put up around 120 episodes. So we'll see how that goes. All right, you guys, this is going too long. I got to get going. One more. Just started in July. Yeah, I started last year, then quit, but really started up in June, July, just like you. All right, you guys. And by the way, don't believe the rumors that the bonuses are going to stop in January of 2022. They're going to be ongoing. It would be suicide for Amazon to stop them. And the person, Virginia, I forget her last name, the person who's running the show said bonuses will be ongoing. So, and Vela's just getting going. All right, you guys, enough for today. I will catch you guys tomorrow. And ciao, ciao.